Cancer, nurturing heart of the waters. Can you feel it? There is a deep, gentle current beneath the surface of your days, a sacred stirring in the very depths of your being. You are standing on the threshold of a profound emotional homecoming, one your soul has been patiently tending toward for longer than you know. And between the sacred dates of October 15th and 17th, 2025, the universe is preparing to deliver not a sudden jolt, but three gentle, undeniable currents of truth. Each one a sacred key unlocking a doorway to a life where emotional abundance is no longer something you chase, but the very air you breathe. If your intuition has guided you to this space, it is because a whisper from your own spirit, ancient and knowing, led you here. This is no accident, no random click in a quiet moment. It is the rhythm of divine timing, a sacred pulse beating in harmony with your own heart. You are stepping across a threshold into what I can only describe as a portal of sacred return, a rare and holy window where three divine forces are aligning just for you. The first is a current of profound emotional security, washing away anxieties that have lingered for too long. The second, a connection so true it feels like remembering a forgotten part of your own soul. And the third, a blossoming of self-worth so radiant, so deeply rooted that the world cannot help but mirror the beauty it sees within you. So breathe deep for a moment, let the noise of the world fall away, and ask your heart this one question: why have I arrived here in this moment? The cosmos does not speak in riddles. It waits with infinite patience for the souls who are finally ready to listen, to receive. And right now, the moon, gentle governess of your emotional world, is meeting the generous spirit of Jupiter in a rare and beautiful alignment, opening a doorway to expansion that is not forced but divinely offered. As you stand in this sacred space we have created together, know that your presence is the very thing that gives it life. This is not simply a video. It is a sanctuary, a gathering of gentle souls like your own. Every action you take here is an anchor for your intention, to help shape this space into a haven for all who seek it, and to signal to the universe that you are truly ready to receive. I invite you to take a gentle, sacred action. When you are moved, perhaps you will share this message with another soul who needs to hear it, or offer your presence through a subscription to our channel Zodiac of Mind. And to ground your own readiness to place your heart into this current of alignment, you might write in the comments below, "I am ready for my sacred abundance." When you do, you are not just typing words. You are planting a seed in the fertile soil of this moment. And from the deepest part of my own soul, thank you. Thank you for arriving. Your energy is a vital part of this beautiful unfolding. Now listen with your whole being, Cancer. Someone here, perhaps even you, may feel a gentle welling of tears before our time together is through. Not from a place of sorrow, but from the profound relief of being truly seen, of having your nurturing, intuitive efforts finally acknowledged by the universe itself. Do not turn away from this feeling. It is the beginning of a great softening, a great receiving. What is about to be revealed is not just a message. It is a validation of the path you have so faithfully walked. Let us step through this doorway together. The first current, a foundation of sacred security, October 15th. There are moments in life that do not arrive with a thunderous crash, but with the quiet, unmistakable feeling of a gentle rain beginning to fall after a long, dry season. They come as a whisper, a subtle shift in the air, a quiet knowing that settles deep within your bones. For you, dear Cancer, October 15th arrives with this very energy. It may wear the simple clothes of an ordinary day, but beneath its surface, a divine alignment is gently tilting the world in your favor. Your guiding light, the moon, forms a gentle, nurturing connection with the expansive spirit of Jupiter, who rests in your own sign, Cancer. Adding to this sacred synergy, Venus, the planet of comfort and love, moves through the deep, intuitive waters of Scorpio, creating a doorway of profound grace opening before you. This cosmic grace does not demand you rush or perform. It asks only for your presence. It responds to the calm, empathetic knowing that has always been your greatest gift, the wisdom that lives in your emotional body long before your mind finds the words to name it. This alignment does not shout its arrival. Its influence is more like the slow, deep nourishment of water seeping into the earth, reaching the roots that have felt thirsty for so long. The moon governs your deepest emotional needs, not just comfort, but the feelings of safety, belonging, loyalty, and the deep pleasure that comes from a home well-tended and cherished relationships. Jupiter, in its boundless wisdom, gently expands all that it touches. When these two sacred energies meet in water signs and your own sign, a current of tangible, emotional, and material blessing begins to flow into your life with a gentle, undeniable certainty. A place in your life where things have felt blocked, perhaps a family matter. You have been waiting for a decision regarding your home or finances that held your future in its hands, or a long-awaited answer to a quiet prayer now begins to soften, to loosen its grip. But it is unlikely to arrive with grand fanfare or a shower of fireworks. This kind of holy abundance speaks in the language of subtlety. It may arrive as an unexpected message in your inbox, a call from someone you believed had forgotten you, whose words now say, "I've been thinking of you," or "Let's finally make this happen." It could be an opportunity that feels so perfectly aligned with your soul's purpose that it could not possibly be a coincidence. Or perhaps an offer, financial, creative, or even emotional, appears from a source you had long since given up on. These are not random acts of fate-sensitive heart. They are openings. They are invitations from the universe, but they still ask for your gentle participation. Not a great, terrifying leap into the unknown, but a small, steady gesture of willingness, of trust. If you have been cultivating the garden of your inner peace, tending to your duties with quiet faith, now is the time to meet that patience with soft, intentional action. Think of this abundance as a gentle river, and your attention, your quiet yes, is the act of stepping into its current. So often what holds us back is not a lack of desire, but a hesitation dressed in the costume of logic. We wait for absolute certainty in a world that so rarely offers it. But life does not deliver its greatest blessings in perfectly sealed packages. It whispers to us through our intuition, through those gentle nudges, through the signs that only our heart can read. In this sacred whisper, you can feel the energy of a new beginning, a seed of pure potential being placed directly into your hands. What arrives may not look like a fully grown fruit-bearing tree just yet, but the promise, the undeniable shape of its possibility, is there for you to hold. So today, perhaps all that is needed is for you to open that email you have been avoiding, to return that call with an open heart, or to finally send the note you have been composing in your mind for weeks. Or maybe it is time to sit in quiet contemplation, to sketch out the budget for your dream home, to write the proposal that makes your spirit sing, or to revisit the beautiful plan you had set aside, believing the time was not yet right. These small, tangible actions become prayers in motion. They are signals to the universe that you are not just a passive dreamer, but an active co-creator in your own becoming. So as you breathe through this sacred moment, ask your soul, what have I been quietly, faithfully hoping would find its way to me? And if it were to arrive in a form I did not expect, would I still have the wisdom to welcome it in? Take a deep, nurturing breath, Cancer. Trust the quiet feeling that lives just beneath the surface of your caution. That feeling knows far more than your fear ever will. And when that doorway appears, even if it opens with just a gentle creak, have the courage to walk through it. What is waiting for you on the other side is already on its way. It is only waiting for your quiet, heartfelt yes. The second current soul-aligned connection, October 16th. There are days when a soul crosses your path and it feels less like a meeting and more like a remembrance. It is a connection that resonates in a place deeper than words, a feeling of coming home to a truth you had almost forgotten. Cancer, October 16th carries this very energy, this sacred potential for a meeting of hearts. If the day before stirred the waters of your financial and home world, today, the universe reaches into the very heart of you, touching the tender places of connection and belonging. This is not just any connection, however. This is a soul-aligned presence. Someone being gently woven into the tapestry of your life, not to disrupt your peace, but to deepen it, to amplify it in ways you have only dreamed of. Astrologically, the moon creates a moment of gentle tension with ethereal Neptune, stirring the deep waters of your emotional world, and in doing so, sharpening your inner vision. This sacred energy works to slowly and gently dissolve the illusions you may have held around your relationships. Illusions about who truly nurtures your soul and who, with no ill intent, quietly drains your energy like a cool breeze seeping through a crack in the window frame. While this clarification may feel disorienting, at first know that a profound healing is already unfolding beneath the surface. It is like stepping into a room where you have sat for years, but only now someone has gently turned up the light. You begin to see the details you had missed, the subtle colors, the textures, and most importantly, you see with perfect clarity exactly where the door to true connection lies. In this window of divine truth, someone may enter your life who seems unassuming at first. Their presence may not be loud or demanding, but it will settle into you like soft, fertile soil around a tender seed. This could be a creative collaborator whose vision perfectly mirrors your own, a mentor who appears with the quiet wisdom you have been seeking, or a romantic presence that speaks a language your body understands long before your mind can catch up. Whether this soul is arriving in your life for the very first time, or if it is someone you already know, returning in a new and more profound way, the message from the universe is exquisitely simple. You were never meant to carry the weight of this world all alone. The sacred energies of tarot that move through this day speak not only of romantic love, but of spiritual reflection, of seeing your own soul mirrored in the eyes of another. These are holy mirrors that remind us of who we are becoming when we finally feel safe enough to lay down our armor to be truly and completely seen. It is so natural, especially for a soul as nurturing as yours, to find safety and self-reliance, in holding everything together for everyone else, even when you are quietly unraveling on the inside. But true harmony, the kind your spirit longs for, does not mean bearing every burden in silence. Sometimes, the most grounded and powerful act is to allow another to hold sacred space for you. There is a deep and quiet strength in choosing partnership, not as a crutch for your weakness, but as a conscious act of trust, a shared sanctuary built by two willing hearts. If you have felt a quiet distance from others lately, as if your nurturing efforts go unnoticed, or your deeply feeling heart is not truly met with the same tenderness you so freely give, this day offers a gentle turning of the tide. Someone is coming who understands. They see the depth of your loyalty, the quiet strength in your sensitivity. But there is a sacred truth to be honored here. They may not arrive in the form you have so carefully pictured in your mind. Their impact on your life may blossom slowly, like the first crocuses of spring, pushing their way up through the cold, stubborn ground. That is why your soft openness is the key that unlocks this door. Your emotional availability is your most precious currency now. You are being called to speak your truth with gentle honesty, to listen with a heart that is not guarded, and to allow the sanctuary of your own being to remain unlocked. It is so easy to fall into the familiar patterns of stoic independence. Perhaps you have said the words, "I'm fine," one too many times, even when your soul was aching for comfort. But there is another voice, a deeper truth rising from beneath that old pattern. You were never meant to shoulder this journey alone. Think of the quiet nights you have spent longing for someone who could simply sit beside you in the stillness. Not to fix you, not to rescue you, but to witness you, your dreams, your fears, your quiet strength with steady eyes and open arms. That sacred longing has not been a cry into the void. It has been a prayer, and the universe has heard every word. There is something undeniably beautiful that happens when you stop tucking away the richness of your inner world for fear it is too much. The souls who carry the same frequency, the same depth of feeling, they begin to find you as if by some invisible magnetic pull. Sometimes all it takes is one message sent in faith, one conversation. You allow yourself to lean into one invitation. You accept not knowing that it is the first step into the next beautiful chapter of your life. It may not unfold with a crash of cymbals, but that does not make it any less sacred. So Cancer, today I gently invite you to reach out. Send a text to that friend whose name has been drifting through your thoughts. Say yes to that quiet invitation you were planning to decline. Walk into every interaction with a soft and open heart. Divine meetings do not shout for your attention. They arrive on soft feet with a quiet grace. All you must do is be present enough to hear their gentle arrival. The third current radiant self-worth, October 17th. Something profound begins to shift within you when you stop making yourself smaller to fit into spaces that were never designed to hold the fullness of your light. And on October 17th, Cancer, the cosmos is gently, lovingly urging you to do just that, to take up your full sacred space in this world without apology. Not with arrogance, not with haste, but with the quiet, unshakable confidence of a deep ancient well that knows its waters are essential. The sun, the very essence of your radiant life force, forms a powerful and harmonious connection with Uranus, the planet of divine authenticity and sudden beautiful breakthroughs. This is not a shift that is happening to you. It is a blossoming that is rising from the deepest part of your own being. The version of you that waited patiently for permission, that sought external validation before daring to shine, begins to dissolve like mist in the morning Sunday. In its place stands a soul who is deeply rooted in its emotional truth, radiantly present, and unapologetically certain of their own value. Uranus does not whisper, it liberates. And when its energy aligns with the life-giving force of the sun, your own essence, your unique truth becomes impossible to ignore. This is not about seeking the spotlight or chasing attention. It is about becoming so exquisitely in tune with your own truth that your very presence becomes a gentle, yet powerful force of nature. Yes, people will begin to notice you, but it will not be because you are any louder. It will be because the energy you radiate has finally caught up with the magnificent worth you have always held within. The universe in its infinite wisdom does not respond to our longing. It responds to our clarity. And today, that clarity moves through you like moonlight warming the deep emotional waters. You may find yourself speaking with a newfound directness, your words carrying a weight of truth that feels both powerful and peaceful. You may walk with a deeper sense of purpose, a quiet knowing that what you are here to offer this world is finally magnetizing its perfect match. This is not the result of a sudden miracle. It is the natural, beautiful outcome that occurs when your inner energy becomes a perfect vibrational match for the life you have been so patiently and lovingly dreaming of. The law of attraction teaches us that what we deeply, truly believe we deserve is what inevitably circles back to find us. When you begin to live, breathe, and move through the world as the version of yourself who already embodies peace, purpose, and profound prosperity, the external world has no choice but to rearrange itself to match that reality. In the sacred language of the tarot, this moment mirrors the radiant energies of the sun and the Queen of Cups. These are not figures who seek approval from others. They are archetypes who know their own value from the inside out, guided by their intuition and emotional wisdom. Their light is a natural extension of their being. These energies are here to remind you that being seen is not an act of ego. It is the holy result of living so truthfully, so authentically, that life itself rises up to meet you in celebration. And if you have been doing the quiet work, the healing, the growing, the tending to your own inner emotional garden, wondering when the world outside would finally reflect the beauty you have cultivated within, this may be the very moment you have been waiting for. Your energy does not lie. Once your inner frequency shifts, the outer results must by divine law begin to appear. A family matter you had given up on may suddenly find resolution. A new opportunity for creating a nurturing home more aligned than any before it might find its way back to you. Or you may simply feel a profound sense of being anchored once again in what truly matters to you. And that clarity, that deep sense of inner alignment, makes your every next move feel sacred, simple, and obvious. In the spiritual language of numerology, this day marks a powerful transition. It is a moment of soulful completion and the beginning of a new, clean slate. Think of this day as turning the page in your own sacred story, not just to passively read what comes next, but to begin writing it with a bolder, more authentic hand. This is the moment where all the lessons of your past become the fertile soil of your strength, and from that soil you rise. not because you are pushing or forcing, but from a place of quiet, sacred, unshakable certainty. One of the most powerful shifts a soul can experience is the moment they stop waiting. They stop waiting for the perfect sign, the right time, or permission from the outside world. They simply quietly decide, and that one decision made from the heart and followed by even the smallest aligned action opens doors that no amount of force could ever push through. You can begin this embodiment with a simple, sacred ritual. Stand before a mirror, look past the surface, and meet your own eyes, the windows to your soul. Take a deep breath and say these words aloud, not with force, but with gentle certainty. I attract wealth, emotional fulfillment, and connections that reflect the new radiant frequency I now embody. Let this be a loving reminder, a gentle realignment. What you radiate is what returns. And if you have ever felt that your deep inner evolution was invisible to the world, I promise you with my whole soul the universe has noticed. It has witnessed every quiet choice, every moment of growth. And now the great shift, the beautiful reflection is unfolding all around you. There is a quiet and profound kind of abundance that begins, not with what is in your bank account, but with what is blooming in the garden of your own emotional energy. It is a state of being a sacred alignment that a Cancer soul, with your deep connection to your inner world, can understand more than any other. After the gentle currents of opportunity, connection, and confidence have washed over you, this next phase of your sacred journey is about embodiment. It is the holy moment where all the pieces begin to click into place, not because you chased them down, but because you finally, gracefully became the version of yourself who could hold them with ease and gratitude. That sensitive heart is the true and lasting shape of awakened abundance. Your soul is not here to race through life, to hustle in a state of chaos. That frantic rhythm was never meant for you. Your greatest gift has always been your presence. Not just the act of being in a room, but the ability to anchor the room. You carry within you the quiet grace to create beauty, to cultivate comfort, and to build lasting, tangible value in every space you enter. And when that powerful, nurturing energy flows from a place of clear and sacred purpose, it does not just catch the attention of others. It draws what you desire toward you like a gentle magnetic current. You do not need to chase what is divinely meant for you. When your energy is aligned, your life becomes a sanctuary that blessings seek out without you having to force a single thing. While others may exhaust themselves trying to win a race that has no finish line, you are here to walk a different path. A slower, deeper, more intentional rhythm that never sacrifices your inner peace for the sake of outward progress. You are not here to chase success. You are here to become the kind of soul that success loves to be near. This sacred path does not just lead to material wealth. It leads to a full-bodied richness, a prosperity that moves through your time, your home, your relationships, and the quiet, deliberate way you choose to show up in the world each day. This new era of wealth is not built upon the shaky foundations of exhaustion. It is built upon calm clarity, sacred generosity, and the kind of deep inner confidence that has no need to announce itself. And what is it that shifts everything? It is not more effort piled on top of more effort. It is the simple yet profoundly powerful act of grounding yourself in a frequency that naturally, effortlessly welcomes prosperity. A frequency born not from tension and striving, but from deep, unwavering trust. We live in a world that often glorifies urgency, constant motion, and an endless pursuit of more. But true expansion, the kind that lasts, the kind that feels like home, almost always begins in stillness. That is why something as fundamental as your own conscious breath can become a sacred ritual, a returning to center, a holy act of alignment. Because when you breathe with presence, your body remembers that it is safe. And when your body feels safe, your nervous system softens. You shift out of the state of survival and into a state of sacred sovereignty. And from that space, the one that exists beyond fear, your intuition becomes crystal clear. Your decisions feel different, less like anxious calculations, and more like gentle, intuitive knowings. You stop chasing what you already carry within you. You stop grasping, and you start simply allowing. And that, dear Cancer, is where your true wealth begins to bloom. Not in the hustle, but in the quiet, resonant hum of your own knowing. I invite you to carve out just 15 minutes each morning, not to plan or to fix anything, but to gently step into the feeling space of the version of you who already lives in your most abundant timeline. Sit with it, feel it, not as a distant fantasy, but as a future reality your soul already recognizes as truth. Let your senses be your guide. Where are you waking up? What are the textures around you? The feel of soft linens, the gentle morning light filtering through the window, the smell of something warm and nourishing in the air. What do your mornings feel like when your life is built around a foundation of ease and sacred alignment? Who are you helping from this overflow of peace? What flows into your life with effortless grace and what flows out from you with joy and a sense of deep purpose? This is not an act of pretending. This is the sacred work of preparing your energetic field to receive what you are now truly ready to hold. The universe does not just match your words, it mirrors your state of being. And when your expectations are soaked in the warm waters of gratitude rather than the cold grip of anxiety, doors have a way of opening without you even needing to knock. Gratitude, after all, is one of the fastest and most beautiful ways to tune your energy to the frequency of abundance. Try this gentle practice. Pause for a moment right now and think back over the past few days. Write down either in a journal or just in your mind 5 things that brought you a small flicker of joy. They do not have to be grand. Maybe it was the way the moonlight settled on your window pane. Perhaps it was a kind word from a stranger, a moment of unexpected peace, or even just the simple pleasure of a comforting meal made exactly the way you like it. Gratitude does more than just make you feel good. It recalibrates your entire energetic frequency. It gently shifts your focus from what you perceive to be missing to the incredible richness that is already alive and generous all around you. And that shift, that is where miracles quietly begin to gather. Because when we speak of wealth on a sacred energetic level, what we are truly speaking of is trust. Trust in your own inherent value. Trust in the divine and perfect rhythm of your life, and trust in something deeper and wiser than your logical mind can ever strategize. It is no accident that so many stories of profound transformation begin the very moment someone stops needing to have everything figured out and instead starts showing up with embodied faith. Not a blind faith, but the kind of deep belief that is lived in the bones. A quiet daily whisper that says, I may not have all the answers, but I know with my whole being that I am supported. This next season of your abundance is not about how much you can acquire. It is about how deeply you are willing to receive. It is not about proving your success to the world. It is about embodying the frequency of ease, pleasure, and purpose for your own sacred fulfillment. You are not here to compete in a game that was not designed for your soul. You are here to create a new definition of success. One where wealth, peace, beauty, and integrity can all sit together at the same table in perfect harmony. So take a deep breath, sensitive heart. Loosen your grip. Let go of the old impulse to force, to fix, to control. You have already walked through the open doors. Now it is time to become the beautiful, welcoming home where all of that abundance feels safe enough to land and to stay. Now that you have walked through these sacred gates of opportunity, of soul-aligned connection, of radiant self-worth, one final key remains. And that key is your own gentle, deliberate action. But here is the sacred truth that is so often overlooked. Action does not need to be loud or dramatic to be transformative. Sometimes, all it takes is a whisper from your own intuition, one clear choice, one small yes, said with the quiet certainty of your whole being. And that one decision, that one gentle step can change everything. October 17th may mark the closing of this 3-day cosmic window, but what you choose to do now will either ground this profound shift into your reality or allow it to drift away like a beautiful dream upon waking. This is not a warning to create fear, but a loving, open-handed invitation. The universe has done its part. It has revealed the path, opened the doorways, and aligned the energies in your favor. Now, the gentle movement is yours to make. not from a place of fear or overthinking, but with the steady, grounded clarity that is your birthright. Imagine this moment as the final golden thread in a magnificent tapestry that has been woven by your intuition, your quiet choices, and divine timing itself. That last anchoring stitch, it is yours to place. And one of the most powerful ways to do this is by getting exquisitely honest about the direction of your heart. Revisit your financial and emotional intentions not from a place of scarcity or lack, but from a place of deep embodiment. Instead of writing, "I hope I can pay off this debt," feel the shift as you declare, "I choose to create and receive in perfect rhythm with my soul's purpose." Trade your vague hopes for grounded, specific intentions. The universe understands the language of precision. This clarity is not about control. It is the frequency of confidence signaling that you are ready to be a conscious co-creator of the life that has been waiting for you. Have you been gently avoiding an intuitive nudge? Have you been delaying action on a clear sign, or ignoring the quiet, wise voice that has been softly guiding you from within? This is your confirmation. This is your sign to say yes to that door, even if your voice trembles a little as you speak. Reach out to the person whose name has been resting on your heart. Share the beautiful idea you have been quietly perfecting for far too long. It does not need to be flawless. It only needs to be true. Because it is the motion, the gentle forward step that matters now. And the exquisite beauty of this timing is that the universal energies are already flowing with you. This is not about pushing a heavy boulder uphill. It is about gently unlocking a gate that was already waiting for you. So many wait until they feel perfectly ready. But readiness is a destination we arrive at by taking the first step. It does not precede it. The souls who receive the most breathtaking blessings are often those who take the smallest, most uncertain step while still feeling the whispers of doubt. That single step becomes a magnet for divine momentum. And momentum, dear Cancer, is a sacred and powerful force. When you act in true alignment with your heart, the universe does not just meet you halfway. It rushes to embrace you, to support you, to clear the path before you. I have seen lives transform not because of one giant heroic leap, but because someone chose to move when their energy whispered now. And so whether it is writing your intentions in a journal, speaking your truth aloud to the quiet morning air, or simply placing your hand on your heart and whispering, "I claim my sacred abundance," know that these acts matter. They are more than symbolic. They are energetic anchors. They are your way of saying to the cosmos, "I am not just listening. I am responding. I am ready." There is a rhythm to divine timing, and right now for you, it is quickening. This is your call to move with it gently, not urgently. There is nothing to force, but everything to choose. What you choose to nourish now will begin to grow. What you engage with now will begin to become real. So take a deep breath and affirm it in your body, in your choices, in your voice. This is your time. The door is open wide, and it is your turn to step through. Cancer, if you are still here with me, if you have stayed in this sacred space to the very end, then I know this with an absolute and unshakable certainty. Something deep within you is rising, not because of a prediction, and not because of my words, but because your soul remembers its own truth. This journey is not about becoming someone new. It is about a sacred returning, a homecoming to the magnificent self you have always been beneath any layers of doubt or fear. Before you ever felt the need to hold back your light, before the world made you question the depth of your own worth, you knew. You were never meant to play small. You came to this earth to build beauty, to create lasting emotional peace, and to embody a wealth that nourishes everything and everyone you love. Over these past few minutes, we have walked through a sacred doorway together. You have seen how the universe is opening financial and emotional pathways that honor your patient, nurturing heart. You have been reminded that the aligned, supportive partnerships you long for are not a thing of the past. They are arriving now to meet the truth of who you have become. And most importantly, you have been given a divine invitation to take up your full space, to stand in your light, and to magnetize the beautiful, peaceful life you have always sensed was yours to live. This era of sacred abundance is not a fantasy. It is a frequency, a vibration. And Cancer, your beautiful, sensitive soul, has finally matched it. But before we part for now, I invite you to ask your heart one final question. What is one small, gentle thing I can do today to show the universe I am ready to receive? What truth have I been afraid to speak? What door have I been standing in front of, waiting for one more sign? What if this message, this feeling in your heart right now is the sign? What if your next great breakthrough does not require more effort, but simply more trust? What if everything you are calling into your life is already waiting just on the other side of your next gentle yes, Cancer? You no longer need validation for the beautiful life you are building. The divine alignment is already here. The way forward is open, and now it is your time to walk it nurtured, certain, and fully unapologetically in your sacred worth. So here is my final gentle nudge. Do not let this powerful energy remain a beautiful idea. Let it be your turning point. If this message stirred something deep within you, if you felt seen, held, or simply more clear than you did before, I humbly invite you to like, share, and pass this energy forward. Every comment ripples outward. Every share becomes a quiet blessing for another soul on their journey. Thank you truly for being here. Thank you for trusting your own divine timing. And thank you for allowing yourself to walk this path with such profound presence. And as we part just for now, carry this truth with you like a quiet, steady flame in your heart. Your wealth is not just what you own. It is how bravely you trust the sacred unfolding of your life, even when no one else can see the vision yet. This is your sign. This is your season. And Cancer, this is your time.